What if you could peek inside the mind and the personal notebook of a really dedicated tennis player? Well, we got our hands on one, and we've pulled out all the raw insights, the breakthroughs, and the tips to build a playbook that can help you unlock your game.
All right, so here's how we're going to break it all down. We're starting from the ground up with stance and footwork. Then we'll fire up the engine for power and swing. After that, we've got a troubleshooting guide for the serve, we'll find the rally rhythm, and we'll wrap it all up with the final piece of the puzzle, your mindset.
So, where do we start? Well, we start where every single shot begins, with your feet and your connection to the court. It's funny, the player's notes come back to this over and over again, because without a solid base, everything else just kind of falls apart.
I love this. This simple little phrase from the log is really the key to the ready position. It's not about being static or just standing there waiting. No, it's about storing up energy, being ready to explode in any direction. You're basically a coiled spring.
So, how do you actually become a spring? Well, here are the real concrete actions. You're always bouncing, staying light on your toes. That wider stance, that's not just for balance. That's where your power starts. And pointing your feet, think of it like setting the GPS for where you want that ball to end up. It's simple, but it's crucial. Okay, so once you've got that spring-loaded foundation locked in, now we can talk about the engine. This is all about generating real, controllable power. And this players spend a ton of time just deconstructing their own motion to figure out what really works.
And this is so cool. The player figured out that pretty much every good shot, forehand, backhand, whatever, could be broken down into these 5 simple steps. It's a sequence, right? From the initial setup with that core turn all the way to a full follow-through. By focusing on each part, a really complex motion suddenly becomes repeatable and reliable.
And this right here, this was one of the biggest aha moments in the entire notebook. It's such a common mistake. Players pull their weight back as they hit, but that just sucks the life out of your shot. It kills your momentum, and more often than not, sends the ball right into the net. The key takeaway is so simple. Always move your weight into the shot.
Here's a fantastic little troubleshooting tip straight from the notes. You feel like your shots are just dying out, hitting the net constantly? The answer isn't just to swing harder, it's to swing bigger on your backswing. That idea of cooking the core, that's all about winding up to store more of that rotational energy, which then explodes into the ball for more power and depth. All right, let's talk about the most important shot in tennis, the serve. It's the one shot you have total control over, so you gotta get it right. We've taken the player's best notes and distilled them into a super simple checklist for those moments when your serve just goes completely off the rails.
Seriously, if your serve is feeling off, this is your reset button. This player found that almost every single error came back to one of these 4 things. Is your head steady? Is your toss high enough? And is it consistent? Is it going straight up? And are you hitting that sweet spot? Just systematically go through this list. It can fix almost anything. And you know, this little note here really says it all. The power of a great serve isn't just about getting aces. It's about starting the point on your terms. It's about dictating the match and making your opponent react to you. It's all about control.
Okay, so the ball is in play. Now what? Things can get chaotic, right? Well, this is the dynamic part of the game. And this player found a subtle but absolutely game-changing secret to controlling that back-and-forth chaos.
This looks so simple on the screen, but it's more than just a sequence. It's a mantra. See, a lot of us just run and then hit, which leads to rushed, wild shots. But that little word in the middle, pause, that is the secret sauce. Consciously adding that tiny stop before you hit is how you take back control.
So what are we actually talking about with this pause? It's not about stopping for a whole second. We're talking about a split-second moment where your body becomes completely balanced and steady right before contact. It's in that tiny window, when you stop the frantic movement, that accuracy is born.
And here's the bottom line. For this player, getting a handle on that rhythm, that wasn't just some small improvement. It became the way they won matches. By controlling the tempo of the rally with that deliberate little pause, they ended up controlling the entire point.
Okay, we've covered a lot of the physical stuff. The feet, the swing, the serve, that rally rhythm. But the player's notes made one thing crystal clear. None of it really works. None of it clicks into place without the right mental framework.
And this quote, man, this just says it all, doesn't it? It's the perfect summary of everything we've talked about. It's this incredible paradox of great tennis. You need that frantic, energetic, spring-in-your-step footwork, but you have to combine it with a completely calm, cool, and strategic mind. So as we wrap up this look inside a player's playbook, I want to leave you with that question. Think about it.
It could be that physical pause before you hit the ball. It could be a mental pause to reset before you serve, or maybe just a moment to take a breath and calm your mind. So when you head out to the court next, ask yourself, what's the one tiny pause that's going to change your entire game?